You really did great, though. Mission accomplished, as far as I can tell.
I wish it could have been solved without intimidation, but I'm at least glad both sides came to an agreement. Did you ever have to handle situations like this in Longport, by any chance?
Sure did. Shit like this happens everywhere. Only difference is that the crooks in Longport play it safer because they don't want the hammer of Heiwei coming down on them.
Listen, Judith Lanster and Nina Fenley. Those two ladies are a must, you hear me? The guys, you can hire any old schmucks for. Just do what it takes to get those two on board.
But, sir...
You're talking about two of the biggest stars in the business. There's no way we could book one of them, let alone both.
You can and you will. You're a pro, aren't you? Yeah, act like one. Screw the budget and set the schedule on fire if you have to. As long as we've got Judith and Nina, we can sort it all out later. If anything goes awry, I'll take full responsibility. So don't you worry about a thing. Just go out there and get it done.
Sir, I don't think a can-do attitude is going to cut it for this.
Well, someone's as passionate as ever.
Ha-ha! Prince Shareed! Fancy seeing you here.
Clearly I brought on the right man for the job. I can already tell that this film festival of ours is going to be one for the history books. And not just the festival itself. The parade seems to be shaping up to be even more exciting than I imagined.
Your event's in good hands, Your Highness. I'll make this film festival hotter than anything they ever put on in Messeldom if it's the last thing I do. People don't want pomp and circumstance. They won't touch that crap with a 10-arch pole. No, what matters in movies is entertainment. I'm talking F&V. F***ing and violence, baby.
Director, I believe it would be more appropriate to call it a scintillating spectacle, yes?
Whoops! Slip of the tongue!
Your Highness, please restrain yourself.
Ah, speaking of which, my dear Najee, I don't suppose I could persuade you to take part in our humble parade, could I? Your talent is otherworldly. It'd be a waste not to put it to good use.
Yes, that it would be. What say you, Najee? If you wish, you may.
My prince, if you get carried away, I won't hesitate to report you to your sister.
Ah, well, that won't be necessary. It was a jest, I assure you. Isn't that so, Mr. Gotti? Now, about the other candidates.
Give me a break. Just how long will those two keep up that nonsense? Gotti's popularity makes him a useful asset, but he and that prince are nearly impossible to control. Ah, well, the film festival has made it this far. Might as well use it to expand our market share and... Of all the times, why now?
I read the report on Longport. For such a complicated series of events, it was impressively digestible. Your remote management of the situation was superb as always, Kincaid.
You flatter me. Originally, I'd intended to travel there myself. Unfortunately, with a certain A-rank bracer operating within Heiyue territory, such a trip became infeasible.
Which led you to play your wild card in order to gain control. A wise decision. Doing so kept our sleeper agent stationed there out of trouble. I'm curious, is he another longtime friend of yours like that bracer?
I'd describe him more as a curse I can't be rid of.
Interesting. I heard he worked behind the scenes of Operation Meal Mirage as well. Speaking of Arkwright Solutions, can I get another update on their status? I'm curious to learn about their latest edition.
As you wish. I'll have one of my subordinates deliver it to you later. On that note, I'll be taking my leave. If you'll excuse me, Chief Ruran.
Of course. Keep up the good work. Quite a talented and driven man, that one. He may be a little too eager to take matters into his own hands at times, but I can't fault a young upstart for being ambitious. Still, the question remains as to how the Society is linked to both the Republic and Armada. Seeing as help will be arriving, perhaps it's time I reach out for a little catching up.
I hope you're not getting a cold.
Probably just a certain lady talking about me somewhere.
Back on topic, what were you saying, Alvis?
Oh, right. Just that we have more threats to keep our eyes on than just the usual suspects in the Society. Namely, that group that defeated the Eisenshield unit. While they aren't part of Armada per se, the two groups seem related.
Agreed. Though judging by the Armada executives that appeared in Longport, we'll have our hands full with them alone. That said, I do agree we'll need to add the group Melchior originally came from to our watch list. Not to mention all the potential interlopers from the east. All the while, the CID shows no interest in sharing information.
Those guys have only gotten stingier with time. And something tells me there's more to it than wanting to save face.
I have the same feeling. So for the time being, we're on our own.
Not quite. We can always call in a certain Spriggan for backup.
Why do you insist on relying on that criminal for help?
I protest as well, Jin. I'm more inclined to send you to get information out of the CID for us. Why don't you invite your master's daughter to dinner? You were students together, as I recall. I'm sure you two have a lot to talk about.
Have mercy on me. Man, you used to be such a softie. How'd you get so tough?
I owe it to years of training. By the way, my suggestion just now wasn't a joke. You are well acquainted with her. She once worked for the Guild, and she has the former president's confidence, too. We'd get a lot more out of her than my old friend at the CID.
You do have a point.
You mean the flying swallow, right?
Ah, you made it!
Has it already been a year? And did you get taller?
Somehow, yeah. I think I'm done growing, though.
You're that ace bracer from the Empire, right?
I suppose. The name's Fee Clausel. Starting today, I'll be working with you all here in Calvert.
Okay, that's enough of that. Good job being intimidating and all, but it's way too early for all this damn noise. That's where you're wrong. Oh, nice. I got a clear shot of your face, too. Look, dude, I get you're a loan shark, but aren't death threats pushing it a bit? Don't worry. I'm not saying you should let your debtor off the hook, though. How about you lower his interest rate closer to what the big three banks give? We can do this the easy way or the hard way. What'll it be? Job's done. Now pay this guy already so we can be done with this. This isn't a charity, man. If I have to be the mediator, then I'm not playing favorites. You get me? That's a wrap. What do you think?
Thought you'd screwed it up like 3 times there.
You really did great, though. Mission accomplished, as far as I can tell.
I wish it could have been solved without intimidation, but I'm at least glad both sides came to an agreement. Did you ever have to handle situations like this in Longport, by any chance?
Sure did. Shit like this happens everywhere. Only difference is that the crooks in Longport play it safer because they don't want the hammer of Heiue coming down on them.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
So what's the verdict, Chief? Did I pass the test?
Kills me a little to say this, but you did good. But I've got my eye on you. Botch a job, I'll kick your ass to the curb. You hear?
Please, have a little faith in me. I'll be taking care of your old ass and the girls before you know it. Heads up, though. I'm a heartbreaker, so don't go falling in love with me.
He's serious, isn't he? That last comment aside, welcome to the team.
Don't worry, I'm not interested in you at all. But I am looking forward to improving your fighting skills. Your form is a little too loose.
You talk a big game, small fry.
My name's actually Farida. Oh, but I also go by Fairy if you like that.
Meh, I'll call you whatever I want.
This guy.
I think the office is going to be quite a bit livelier from here on.
You're telling me. What happened to my rough and tumble lone wolf image? Can't you at least pretend I'm a little cool?
Oh, I never thought otherwise.
Anyway, it's almost 10. May as well head back to the office for now.
Works for me. We can swing by Monmar for an early lunch. The food's good and all, but I need me some more of that hot piece of a waitress.
Please don't bother, Paulette. Though I will agree that the food is delicious.
The cream stew we had last night was delicious.
So, you want to go out for a drink or two tonight, Paulette?
You really shouldn't tease your elders, Aaron.
Hey! You leave Mommy alone!
This brat's something else.
I kind of feel like she's just brushing him off, though.
Oh yeah! First day on the job and I get picked over the chicks! What an honor.
Don't feel too special. I'm just making sure you aren't slacking on the job.
Not that long in, and things are already livelier than they should be. Bloody hell, English is not my friend. Can always count on you, Agnes. Yeah, fingers crossed I haven't strangled this son of a bitch. Just got to make sure he doesn't get lazy on his first day. But before I forget, welcome back everybody to another episode of my The Legend of Heroes Trials of Daybreak series. I'm Shadowstar91, and today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, we're officially kicking off Chapter 3. And hold that phone just for a second. Oh, the amount of sibling squabbles we are going to have to put up with. Oh, it's already giving me a major headache.
What's on the menu?
And we're missing ingredients to create those dishes. Damn it. Alright, before we head on over to our next destination, we are officially getting our next item, which is the Tyrell Times, and I believe it is issue number 3 or is issue number 4. I can't remember off the top of my head. Bloody hell. Yeah. Oh, it's issue number 4. Alright, so that's another one added to the collection. Alright, time to head over to the general store of Old Town. And yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Looks like a very big argument is happening. Ooh, I almost went the wrong way, but here we are. We're officially back at the Orban store, but what the hell's going on here, I wonder? I will admit, the entirety of that conversation went right over my head.
Do you know what you want?
Oh, we got ourselves another companion gift, and this one is for Agnes. I will definitely be taking that. Thank you very much.
I hope to see you again. Do
but
you
that,
know what you want? I hope to see you again.
But those, that discussion that we saw at the very start of the video,
soon.
I wonder what the hell is actually happening. And it looks like we might actually run into the red-haired actress that we indirectly met during the halfway point of Chapter 2 before we left for Longport. And before I forget, if anybody has missed any other of the Legend of Heroes Trials of Daybreak episodes, ladies and gentlemen, I have you covered because I will leave the playlist link in the video description down below for your viewing pleasure, so make sure you check it out when you get the chance. And now it is time to replenish our health bar, EP bar, and CP gauge bar as well.
This is perfect. On top of the world.
You look nice and refreshed.
Okay then, so with our replenishment fully done and dusted, it is now time to head out of Newtown and to the Holden General Store in Station Street to double check, see if Aaron's equipment is all up to date. And here we are, we're at the armor vendor, and yes, he is completely up to date. And weapons are all fine and dandy as well. So it is time to head out of the general store and time to head on over to our next destination, which is going to be Riverside for our first 4 SPG of the day.
Nope. I've got a pretty good lay of the land as of yesterday.
Why am I not surprised that he already has the lowdown of Station Street?
Now, what's
All
it
right,
say?
our first bulletin board of the day. At least this one is nearby. And I think from the brief pop-up of the fast travel menu, we have 2 more 4 SPGs to complete after we finish this one. And speaking of the 4 SPG, here's our client right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hurry up and finish this.
So onward we travel to the Saidan district. I probably botched the name of the district, and if I did, I apologize in advance, ladies and gentlemen. And fingers are triple crossed that the those 2 inspectors don't get in our way. They are nothing more than snobby, stuck-up pieces of work. And we've officially arrived at the hotel. We appreciate you pointing us in the right direction, and at least we don't have to travel far within the hotel. Oh, I hate the fact that we have to press the X button, or A button if you're playing this via Xbox, to get past the talking part with this individual that we have to speak to before we can actually initiate the conversation of the specific topic we're trying to find out. So annoying. Yeah, we're going to make sure that we don't get involved in whatever they're talking about at all. Because that's the last thing we want to be doing. And also, before I forget, if anybody does hear me hesitating, stuttering, struggling, and or botching any of my sentence pronunciations throughout any of my videos, ladies and gentlemen, with me being an autistic individual, talking is not one of my strongest points, but I'll do my utmost best to bring you all the best content that I'm possibly able to. So more pieces of the puzzle are revealed, but we need to gather some more information before we can put the bigger picture together. And going by the map, that was the 4SBG bulletin board, but here we are. We've officially arrived back at the sauna or bathhouse. Once again, we have to go through the normal talking procedure before we can initiate the topic discussion. Ship it, you whippersnapper. Of course you do, Aaron. Alright, so with that over and done with, we need to talk about our investigation. So I believe for the very first time we are going to be heading over to the Tyrell Times, but fingers are triple crossed that that Mari L, that annoying journalist who keeps popping about out of nowhere and annoying the hell out of us, isn't at the main building. Oh, and speak of the devil, right there's the editor-in-chief, and thankfully the other journalist hasn't shown up either. Okie dokie, now time to travel back to the Riverside District, and here we are, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and fill in our client and see if we can actually drag his ass off to the meeting that we just set up. So our two options are meet him as the thief or pretend to be someone else. No brainer, we're going to choose meet him as a thief, because if we choose the other option, then the lie is just going to continue to escalate and it's never going to end. And someone might take this the wrong way. So without further ado, we are going to be choosing meet him as the thief.
That's the wrap.
Reward deposited.
So all 3 points on our morality triangle actually got a boost. Nice. And our 4SPG went off with a very happy ending. So we've officially arrived back in the Saidan district, but before we head on over to the bulletin board, I actually want to check out the vendor down here to see what it's actually selling. Oh, another cookbook option. I'll definitely be taking that.
Please come again.
Yep, I'll do me. Now, without further ado, it is now time to head on over to the bulletin board. Actually, no, change your plans. We're going to actually be heading into the store right here. I almost forgot what to call it then. And I gotta say, I definitely love the items that were on display. So now it is time to head on over to the bulletin board. I will go explore that area of the Sideland District at another time. QA testing. Interesting. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? And it looks like we have one more 4SPG to do after we completed this one.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Okay, so going by the mini-map in the top right-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually very close to the first point for this QA testing for SPG. Alright then, time to hand over the first key. Okay then, so that was much easier than I was anticipating, but we have the first key. Now let's travel to the next district, which is none other than the Riverside District, and time to head on down to the subway to get key number 2. However, ladies and gentlemen, we will be continuing our hunt for the third and final key for this 4SPG in the next episode, and today's episode of The Legend of Heroes, Trials through Daybreak, is going to be coming to a close. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do myself a favor. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, along with the bell, so you can receive notifications whenever I upload anything new to my channel. So join me next time, everybody, for when we continue our hunt for the third and final key, and hopefully we can complete the third and final 4SPG for today. So until then, I've been Shadowstar91. Stay safe out there, take care, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.